Hi everyone, my name is Fiona Solis and this is Gender Stories because everyone has stories. Today, my guest, Antonette. Antonette, how are you?
I am good, finally.
Finally.
Long time.
Yes. So she's here for a week in Bangkok. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Antonette Cruz from Toronto, Canada.
Yes. How was your childhood like?
It's very positive. I didn't have any problem. I had a lot of support from my family.
That's very good.
And just a lot of bullies, which is normal.
Correct.
Growing up as a transgender because we act very femme and our
That's
appearance
true.
is a boy.
Correct.
But we're very feminine, so for me at least.
So you grew up in the Philippines or you grew up in Canada?
I came to Canada when I was 8. So I pretty much grew up. I knew at a very young age since I was 3. So when I was in elementary school, I was very feminine and I was a guy, but very feminine.
So how do you deal with that, with the bullies?
Well, just how you have to be strong. And the more you're strong, the less they bug you because you don't let it bother you. And also, it's different growing up in Canada and Philippines.
Yeah.
Because in Canada, they're more scared to when they bug you and you tell the teachers and everything, they're more scared to get grounded.
Really?
Aside from Philippines, they have no fear.
That's good. I have a lot of bad experience. Like I have one classmate that chili in his hand and all over my body. I was like really.
I experienced that in the Philippines.
I was like really like you know. I
From
cannot imagine.
5 to 8, I experienced that in the Philippines. Toothpaste on my eyes.
Yeah, and also bubble gum in the chair.
Yeah, but mostly the people, your neighbors, my neighbors. That's true.
And my neighbor, what happened? Like every time I walk, and then they remove my short pants.
Yes.
Like,
See? And then they would throw rocks at you, and then my grandmother who raised me would go to because my mom was in Canada making the money for us to live there. Yeah. So my grandma would harass their parents or would harass the guys that was bullying me back home.
She's very protective.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She would knock at their door with a knife. Seriously.
Oh, so
seriously
really?
Speaking, yeah. She's very protective of me because they accept my family.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
I know.
How many years you been with your grandma before you? So 8 years.
Since I was 1.
Since you were 1.
Yeah, till up to this day.
Oh yeah, she's still alive.
Yes.
Wow.
Up to this day, she's in Canada now.
Oh my God.
Healthy. So she pretty much raised me and showed me how to be strong.
Because my grandma died when I was 7 years old, and it's my fault, something like that. But we're gonna talk that later. This is her story. So it's nice that you grow up with a very supportive family, and so how they accepted you, how like the way their action or words or.
Well, my mom, she has. I was growing up, and I would watch her. Up to this day, they would bug me about when they would go out when her and her friends would go out for a girls' night out. I would just sit there and watch them put on makeup and put on their lipstick, and I would just watch. So when I was 3, they already knew that there's something different because the way I move and the way I would watch them when they get ready like us when we get ready. When
we're mesmerized at how girls when we're young, they prepare themselves. That's true. What is the things that you really can tell that I am different? Something that
I'm more
makes
attracted to girly things when I was young. Like they knew I would try on their shoes even if it's like really loose.
That's true.
I would put towel on my head.
Yeah.
I would put a t-shirt on my head like my hair, and I would say Darna. It's the Wonder Woman in the Philippines.
Sure. So that's one of the hint. Like if we like panties, shoes.
They told me that I would do that at 5 years old. Yeah.
So growing up with your siblings, how they treat you?
They're very supportive because my mom, she has a friend that's transgendered. So my family is very old. Yeah. So we were exposed to it at an early age. So they get it.
That's true. Maybe that transgender give nice advice.
Yeah. And actually when I was watching them get ready, I would see that transgendered, my mom's friend, and I would just I would be, oh, okay. I didn't think that it would be me someday, but I was attracted to it, the way she was and the way everybody was cheering her on and laughing at her jokes and everything. So they were very supportive. And my siblings, they saw that. So when I turned out to be, they respected me.
Mhm.
I'm very fortunate. that
Very
way.
fortunate
Yeah.
because not everybody
Very
are
thankful.
the same. Yeah,
So now I'm very protective with my relationship with my brother.
that's
'Cause
very
I don't
good.
want it-
Same,
yeah.
same. I have a very strong support system with my brothers too, who like bullies us, but as long as the foundation
the
inside
yes, strong.
that they accept us and then love us, so that's make us feel safe. So, what is the best advice that your parents give you that you've been received?
Just be strong and make sure everything that comes your way, you handle it with grace, I guess, and don't overthink every situation, and just come to them when I need help and be open and be honest. And they just told me that they would respect every decision I make as long as I don't ever lie to them.
Yeah.
Which is true. It's so hard to lie to your parents
Correct.
because you have to come up with so many lies to remember.
Correct.
Right?
That's true.
So it's better to be honest.
And then, of course, like because they trusted you,
Yes.
and then
And that's you don't want to break that, because once you do that, you can't regain it.
correct,
You might be able to, but not 100%.
correct. That's true. And they're smart, you know.
Yeah, they know.
knew-
Mother knows.
Correct.
Yeah, even
That's
when
true.
you don't talk.
Correct. How was the feeling being a trans in the other country? And I know you're a traveler and you travel a lot, and to travel alone, how do you feel yourself? Like, are you feel safe being as a transgender?
It depends where I go. Just walk and just be quiet and don't approach. I'm not as
Yeah.
outgoing as you, so I'm very
actually,
guarded.
She's shy. She's very
Yeah, very
shy,
guarded.
very humble too, and so kind. Like, really appreciate the friendship.
Very guarded.
That's true.
Because it's hard to trust just random
Yeah, of
people because
course.
you don't know, right?
That's true.
Like most of the time, it's the people you trust that would
I appreciate
call
that.
you out and tell everybody.
That's so. So let's talk about your transition, because you know, look at you now. You're really beautiful, and so. Did you ask permission to your parents or to anyone, or did you ask any advice to somebody, like to start a transition?
Yes, I didn't go to my parents. Actually, someone in Toronto, which she's also trans, and she pretty much guided me,
Oh,
How
you're
what to do.
yeah, fairy godmother.
Yeah, something like that. And she would tell me what to do, like hormones and implants and everything, because she's developed already when I met her.
That's true. So she's a good influence.
Yes, and I just met her at a makeup store actually. She just came up to me. She was working as a makeup artist, and she said, I smell something different. And then she just showed me the way.
Wow, that's so nice of her. Like it's sometimes like, you know, you meet people like unexpected, and then it's like. But I believe in the universe bring us in the right time, the right
people.
and the right people too. How was the process of transitioning? How was like?
It's very hard transition because back then they don't know what it means, right? And they think you're weird, and they're not as open. So in Canada, I had to go through a lot of bullies also, mostly guys. Like after school, they would wait for me and they would throw rocks, and of course you have to fight back, because if you don't, they're gonna keep doing it.
True.
So
correct.
I had to get picked up at a police station and everything like that. In my teens, in school.
Yeah, because like if you don't, you're right. If you give them the power to
they're gonna
control you. They would kept doing.
Yeah, so
it.
you have, as much as I don't want to, I have no choice.
What inspires you in life? What inspires you? What motivates you
To just keep going.
keep going?
For myself, I don't mean to sound selfish, but at the end of the day, we only have ourselves,
Correct.
right? So I try to be better myself every day, and just look out with my friends and see how they're doing, and it inspires.
That is very true, because like when you love yourself at first, the rest will follow.
Yes.
You will love everybody
because
around
you're
you.
comfortable.
Correct. That's how like we're mirroring each other to every one of us.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound selfish, but at
it's
the end
very
of the day,
true. It's very true.
We only have ourselves.
Correct. And we can only, only have left ourselves, nobody else. So they're just there too, because when we meet positive energy, they will give you advice or encourage you, but still you yourself can only help yourself.
Yes.
Too. So.
And you're lucky if you meet true people that would help you along the way.
That's very true. Like every one of us are teacher, and you teach me, I teach you. I learn from you, you learn from me. We learn from people that we meet along the way, like maybe loved ones or people who are been long.
But sometimes you can't be too open with your loved ones. So
That's true. There's like, of course, there's always something for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it makes it more like.
and then you just shock them when you
yeah,
do it.
like the element of surprise. So relationships. So how's the relationship thing?
Actually, I just got single 2 years ago after 10 years. Which is, I think it was a big mistake because I didn't know myself throughout my early young age. So now I'm kind of discovering myself alone because I got into a relationship when I was 18.
Wow.
And it lasted up to when I was 29, 28. So now I'm discovering myself.
That's
It's
very
kind of
good.
hard.
I mean, like it's wow, like 10 years.
Yes.
So
I'm very lucky.
yeah, it's grateful because you've learned and you grow.
But now I
In a
learned
different way.
Yeah,
True.
but so now I'm trying to discover myself as single, and it's
Sure. What fears you?
waking up alone forever.
That's true.
Because transgender, no one is gonna take care of us like how we're gonna take care of our mom because we're not able to give birth. So at the end of the day, I worry when I'm older, who's gonna look after me the way I look after my mom and my grandmother.
Correct.
Right?
True. What is the difficult experience that you've experienced in your life?
The most difficult one was running away from my family. Like living on my own because I had so many things that I want to do and I know for sure I can't do it when I stay there. So that's one of the mistakes. I'm happy that they took me back and
sure because they love you, and as you said when you were young, like no matter what, they're still
Well, I'm very lucky because not a lot of transgender went through the same.
That's true.
Which is I think very sad unfortunate.
What traveling means to you?
It's discovering new culture, new experiences, learning new streets, culture, food, and meeting different ethnicities.
Correct. Embarrassing moment.
Oh, a lot.
True.
Especially in school. When I was in high school, I got sent home from putting mascara on.
Makeup and everything.
Yeah, just mascara. Oh, it's kind of embarrassing.
It's not allowed there.
No, and I had a job in Toronto where they asked me to cut my hair, so I had to quit. When I told my mom, I got embarrassed. Mom, I quit because they want to cut my hair. Because they want me to present myself as
because you know who you are, you know what you want, and you don't need that if they don't accept that. That's true. And now look at you now. You're enjoying and you're traveling.
Yes, and now
and you meet
Canada is more accepting with transgender. Back then, not really. So
that's true.
They wanted me to identify as my ID, but now there's a new law that you would they remove sex. Gender on the ID.
Your ID is no gender.
You can put gay, you can put lesbian, you can put whatever you want on your ID in Canada.
You have your choice.
Yeah, but back then when I was working, they didn't have that. So they wanted me to present myself as what my ID indicated.
But now, congratulations, Canada. So, sis, what is your advice or message to the fellow transgender?
Be strong and just keep going. Follow what you believe that's good for you and your heart and how you want to present yourself to the world.
And be kind.
Be kind, accepting.
That's true. Sis, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Finally, we've been wanting
we have to interview. It's been a while because it's been last year. We traveled together in many places here in Thailand, like 5 islands.
But we did photo shoot instead of interview.
I know, but it was not meant to be. I believe that there's time come, like there's no rush. And now here we are. We have an interview. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm grateful for every one of you who've been watching and support and give a little